Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the... Oh, hi there. Pastor Seth here with your Friday fill-in this week. This week we don't actually have anything about the church going on that we want to highlight. Instead, we're going to do something a little bit differently. I've been reading through this devotional book series that covers the church year. And today is an interesting day. Today is the celebration, March 19th, the Feast of St. Joseph of Nazareth. And that would be Mary's husband and the foster, as they call him, the foster father of Jesus. And this chapter I've been reading talks about Joseph having plans for his life. You know, he was set up to marry Mary, and he had a job as a carpenter in Nazareth. And that all gets upended when Mary gets pregnant. Not only does the whole pregnancy change the course of his life, he plans, to divorce her quietly and then move on. But then he ends up taking her to Bethlehem, and they have to escape to Egypt from there. And then when they come back, they don't even get to go home. They have to move to another area because it's still not safe. And so talks about how Joseph sacrifices all his plans for his course of his life for Jesus and for his family and for this new plan. I want to pick up partly sort of after that. But basically it says, in short, he never got his own life back. Tradition assumes that Joseph died before Jesus came into his public ministry, and so he never witnessed the full fruit of his sacrifice. Joseph simply slipped out of history as quietly as he lived in it, without a word of his passing. Yet as the church pondered this man over the next centuries, she bestowed on him the beautiful title, Shadow of the Father. What a curious phrase. This humble, quiet man was understood to be close enough to God to be his shadow. In other words, the story reveals something of the nature of God. Joseph also received the title patron saint of adoptive and foster parents. That last designation caught the author's attention and solved a puzzle that had been bothering me for years. In Matthew's Gospel, the genealogy of Jesus shows him to have descended from David. But this genealogy comes through Joseph, not Mary. The designation son of David, which is prophetically tied to Messiah, was conferred on Jesus through adoption, not blood. A powerful grace is at work here, quietly embedded in the story of Joseph, who forfeited a life and dignity of his choosing to embrace a momentous disruption and welcome as his own, with the right of co-heritage, the child of another love. Ultimately, this too reveals something of the nature of God, who, according to St. Paul, sends his Spirit, the Spirit of adoption, which makes us cry out, Abba, Father. God, in his humility, confers on us divine filiation, with full rights of co-heritage with his Son, our brother, Jesus. Just as Jesus was fully the son of Joseph, so we too, through adoption, become true children of God. During Lent, through our fasting and our penance, we too come to appreciate who we are and whose good name we bear, image bearers of the divine, with the dignity of adopted sons and daughters of this Father. I thought that was an interesting thing. So as you perhaps wrap up your day, or maybe you're watching this on a future day, take a time and remember Joseph of Nazareth, and maybe do something special, have a toast or something like that, and remember the sacrifice he made. Have a great week, guys. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday.